who we think the Canes' top goal scorers and leaders in assists are going to be this year, the way it's going to work. We're each going to work our way from 5 up to 1. And we're going to start with our goal scorers to alleviate the pressure specifically off of Kat. I will start at number 5. And then we'll go, all of us do 5, all of us do 4, onto 1, and then we will have our conversation. I think you guys know who I'm going to start with. My dog, number 5 goal scorer for the 25-26 season. Everyone doubted him, even making this team last year. Everyone's doubting him going into this year. Jackson Blake. I think JB performs incredibly. Number 5 goal scorer this year. Zach, who do you have as your number 5 goal scorer in 25-26?
This will be very interesting for me. I am going to go Logan Stankoven as my number 5 goal scorer for the Canes this season.
Why?
I just think with the fact you get Logan Stankoven for a full season with the Hurricanes, I think he had 14 goals last year, split between 2 teams. You know, he was used very much differently with the Stars. Came into the Hurricanes, kind of was up and down the roster. I think you put him in a good spot with the Hurricanes roster. Give him a full season with this team. I think we're going to see an uptick in his goal total. I think he will probably hit right around the number 5 spot because Jackson Blake to give Rich his credit, was 5th on the team in goal scoring with 17, and Stank was 3 behind. So if there's someone that could maybe take that step to hit that number again or maybe hit 20, I think Stankoven could probably do it because he's got a full season with the Canes this upcoming season, which would be his first season in the league with one team and not getting either called up or traded.
That's fair. I'm torn on my pick, but I think I know who I want to do. So Blake was an option, but there's another guy that we got kind of later into the season that I think could also kind of be up there. Is I think if you give him some consistency, and it kind of depends where he goes in the lineup, I think, but I think Taylor Hall might be up there as number 5 for me. When he had he flourished for quite a bit. When everyone was, focusing on who shall not be named.
Voldemort.
And so I don't know. I have a feeling that if you get him, especially with his veteran presence, that Hall can sneak up there and be one of your top, not the top, but kind of pretty good up there because he's good at assisting, but he's got that, shoot first, find the back of the net mentality.
I mean, he did finish 4th on the team in goal scoring courses with 2 different teams, but for a season overall, he was 4th on the Canes in goal scoring. So, makes sense. Rich, who's your number 4?
4, one Andrei Svechnikov. I don't know if he hits that 40 mark that Mike wants him to get to, but I still think he has a great year. I think he rides the momentum from his playoff performance into next season. And like we said, the lines have only gotten better, the forward pairing, so he should be with more talent. Like if he is on that second line with KK and Taylor Hall, and you have Taylor Hall performing more closer to his MVP level than not, potentially just being a savvy veteran, I think Svech can do quite a bit of damage in the goal scoring department this season. Zach.
I'm going Jackson Blake as 4. Like I talked with Logan Stankoven, he had 17 goals in his rookie season, all with the Hurricanes. He did kind of start on the 3rd line, went down to the 4th, went to the 2nd, played a lot in the 1st. For the back half, I think it depends on if they're going to put him on the 2nd line or the 3rd line, depending on where they want to put Stank on the reverse end of that. But I think with he's got his first season under his belt. He knows what it's like to play as a pro. He got that extension already locked up. He doesn't have to worry about anything in his last year of his ELC. I think he's just going to take that next step. And he's like, okay, I know I'm good here. I know I'm established. I can prove that I can score. We might see just an increase in his goal scoring. So I could see 20 to 25. So give me Stank at 5. Give me Blaker at 4.
Right on. Love the JB love. Kat,
I feel like
who are you counting?
Well, I feel like I painted myself into a hole because then I thought back, like going from 5 to 1, I thought of other ones I would name, and there's ones that I would want to put up there, but now I have to decipher through them. So yes, I might have messed myself up already. 4, I'm gonna go Svechnikov. I just see some of the other guys. If he keeps how he was going in playoffs, I could see him go higher. But I just see some of the other guys were a little bit more consistent throughout the season. There's 2 that I'm definitely seeing as the top 2. So is a toss up where I would put Svech, but right now 4 feels like his spot to me. I want him to be higher than that though. Like everyone wants him to be higher than that.
Based on the contract, I think we would all agree on that. But speaking guys with bigger contracts, we have, for me at number 3, Seth Jarvis. Jarvie, even with the shoulder, he's still going to be a dog. He's always going to be a dog. And especially, hopefully, if he's on that top line with the guys who I think are going to be on that top line, they're all going to do some damage up there. That's my number 3 goal scorer this year. Zach, who you got at 3?
Give me one Nikolai Ehlers in the number 3 spot for the Canes. I mean, yeah, he played 69 games last year, did get hurt at the end, but I mean, his goal scoring is off the charts. Put him in that top line with Aho at least, and if he gets Jarvis too, I think he's definitely going to take it to the next level. Because how are you going to stop all 3 of those guys? Yeah, I think Ehlers is going to pop off. He's going to fit well with this team. Give me Ehlers at number 3. You feel good when you got a Dane in the top 3 in terms of goal, and at least scoring the goal, putting the puck in the net.
You can tell Kat has done a research.
Leave me alone. See, this was a toss-up for me. I'm going Jarvis. I kind of have him. I would say him and Stankoven are a little tied for me. I can see them having very similar seasons, just because of the way they play, and it just depends on the role that Stank gets given. Like, is he going to be on the line with the Jordans? Because that line you've also seen, while they get some production, it's not the same as being on the like 1 or 2, if you call it like listed lines, not really like actual lines, because it's a different way the line plays. So I'm going to say Jarvis here, but I could see easily Stankoven could slide into this role too. Again, they play so similar. They both have that dog in them, but Jarvis is my number 3.
Okay. Don't have to repeat too much for me at number 2. At number 2, I have Ehlers for all the reasons Zach listed. Like, that line should be unstoppable. That line is going to be so much fun to watch. Just the speed he brings is going to add a whole other element to that line, to this team as a whole. I'm excited to see what Nick Ehlers is going to do on this team and the offense he is going to bring, both 5-on-5 and the power play. Zach, who you got at 2?
Give me one Sebastian Aho. I think the fact you get Ehlers on the wing, if he's going to get Jarvis in the other wing as well, having those 2 fast guys and then putting the goals in, I think you'll still see him finish second in goal scoring like he did this past season. I think you're going to see probably an uptick more of his assists, which we will talk about soon. That being said, I don't think he's going to lead the team in goal scoring, but he'll definitely be in the number 2. I would say probably 3rd at worst. And I put worst in quotes because, I mean, if you're still top 3 in goal scoring for the Canes, you're doing your job. So I can see him being as low as 3, but I think him being at 2 is a perfect sweet spot for him with the guys he's probably going to have on the wing. So give me Sebastian Aho at number 2 in terms of goals for the Canes.
I'm just echoing. It's good Ehlers on this one. And I feel like me and Rich have the same number 1.
You're so original, Kat. No, we just have the same.
Oh my gosh.
No, we just changed JB in the hall at 5, and looks like we're rocking the same list. We just think alike. That's why we love each other so much.
What's really funny
Nice
is you can
save.
make fun of me all you want, but I've been thinking about my list during this time, and I haven't even really been fully listening to you. So it's not like I was copying you on purpose. Like I was just going through what I was.
Who's your number
I
one,
never
Rich?
agree with Zach, so that makes sense.
My number one, Zach, is your number two, which in the past episode, my bold prediction for the season is that Sebastian Aho is going to be in the top 10 in the league in scoring. So with that said, I'm having Sebastian Aho as my number one goal scorer for the Carolina Hurricanes. And like we have said already, that with all the guys on that front, on that very first line, that's going to be dangerous. They're such good players. They are going to bring the best out of each other if Rod keeps that line together throughout the entire season. They are going to be monsters offensively, bringing much needed offense to a Canes team that at times, while getting pucks on net, cannot find the back of the net. I think they're going to be able to do that quite a bit this season with that top line.
No, totally fair. My number one, give me Seth Jarvis, man. Back-to-back seasons. He had 33 the season before, 32 this past season. It doesn't matter what line he's on. First, scores goals. Third, scores goals. Power play, scores goals. Oh, and the PK also scores goals. I mean, led the team in shorties, was second in the entire league in shorthanded goals last year, led the team in goals and in points in the playoffs. Dude's a goal scorer wherever you put him on the line. It doesn't matter. I think he's going to get 35 this season. Maybe we're maybe we're flirting with 40 for Seth. So give me one Seth Jarvis at the top spot for scoring goals for the kids.
All right, so on to assists.
We got a one, Cat. Say it.
Who do you think?
Say it like Wade.
Sebastian Aho.
There we go. Hockey's back almost.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
All right, Zach, who do you got for 5 for assists?
See, this is where it's going to be very interesting for me in terms of assists because you had a lot of guys kind of cramped around the number 4 to 7. I mean, you got Svechnikov, Hall, Stankoven, Stahl, stuff like that. I will say for number 5, when it comes to assists, give me Andrei Svechnikov. Svechnikov.
All right, Rich.
This one might be a little bit shocking, but I have faith in my guys. And Alexander Nikishin, one of my guys, I think he is going to just drive that second power play unit. I think Rod puts him out there. And then just offensively as the weapon he's going to be from that blue line, whether he's the one scoring goals, whether he's getting tip-ins, guys are going to score goals on behalf of Alexander Nikishin one way or another. We mentioned it in the previous episode, like he was one of the top players in the KHL for a reason. He is going to be a monster. I think he does great this season. Again, defensively, you have to figure out the system, but offensively, it's going to click for him. The shot he has, my God, that's a beauty to watch in person. Alexander Nikishin, number 5 in assists for your 25-26 games. Bet you don't have that one, Kat.
No, I didn't have Nikishin because I was trying to think. I didn't know if I would have him for assists or not. I'm actually going to have for number 5 go a little bit different. I'm gonna put Slavo up there. He's a little sneaky with the assists. But I think he's gonna have a little bit. I think his role will change just a little bit because he has a different partner. And you could see towards the end of last season he was really starting to fire the puck. So give me Slavo.
On that, it will be nice for Slavin to be a little bit more involved offensively and not having to worry about getting back as much. on defense because his partner is going to be able to skate. I could say
Zach?
that now.
Number 4.
Number 4, give me Nikolai Ehlers at the number 4 spot. We talked about with the other guys who could put up assists. I think he's going to get a lot, especially with the line mates he has. I think goals and assists wise, you're looking at a huge season for him. So give me Ehlers at number 4.
I'm staying on the blue line for my number 4. Talked about the power play, hopefully getting unlocked this season. Talked about hopefully the second power play with Nikishin. So moving on to your first power play unit, Shane Gostisbehere, number 4 in assists. Just the way he'll be able to quarterback that power play, and then just what he can do 5-on-5 as well. For similar reasons for Nikishin. Hopefully the Canes can get the power play going much more than they did last year. I'm kind of putting a lot of faith in that in these predictions. But if they can, I'm putting Ghost up there at my number 4 spot.
I have Ghost later. I didn't have him this low. I'm actually going to put Blake here at 4. Because he was really starting to, again, when you start getting a little snake bit yourself, you start really producing for other people. I think Blake's going to pop off here as well, because again, it's going to be his sophomore season. So in case he gets a little bit of the snake bite, I mean, it hit Jarvis, it's hit KK, it's hit Svetch, it's hit everyone at some point. I think he'll make up for it with his assists, because he still is very creative with the puck, and he still, he has no fear. So give me some Blake.
Right on. Number 3, Zach.
Give me Seth Jarvis at number 3 for the assists. He put up a lot of good assists last year for the Canes, looking at 35, which was a new career high. I still think he's going to get around that mark again. Maybe it's a little bit north of that, maybe closer to 40. But I think overall you're getting a guy who's just a spark plug wherever he's at. Doesn't matter what line he's on, what situation he's in. I just have a good feeling that we're going to see a monster season from Seth. So, talk about first and goal scoring. Give me number 3 on the assist markers for Seth.
I think from here on out, it's very consistent of just us talking about that first line primarily, because I'm right on board in terms of the first line. I'm going Ehlers here. Again, if that first line clicks the way it should with Ehlers, Aho, Jarvis, they're going to do monster numbers.
Going third always sounds like I'm copying you. It's going to be a toss-up at 3 and 2. I don't think there's going to be a hard differential here. I think I'm gonna say Ehlers here. But I think him and my next pick, spoiler alert, Jarvis. I don't think there's going to be a very clear line between the two. Like I think they're going to be neck and neck for 2 and 3.
Well, I'll skip ahead to mine real quick because I'm copying you now. I also have Jarvie at number 2 for the reasons we've listed for the first line. Zach, where are you at?
Aho
number 2. Okay.
Aho's a 2. Mm-hmm.
Zach, who's your number 1?
Yeah. I'm interested in this one.
Oh, you're interested in my number 1?
Yeah.
Give me Shane Gostisbehere.
Oh, Ghost at 1. Okay.
I mean, when you look at him last year, he had 38, which was only 7 off of Aho. And think about this, too. He played in 9 fewer games. So stays healthy, kills on the power play a little bit, kind of gets more unlocked in terms of his ice time on the 5-on-5, depending on who he's going to be. He's probably going to be paired with Walker, but whoever his forwards are, I think he might hit that number a little bit more. Like I said, he was on a streak before he got hurt. Like I said, it's only 7 off of Aho. Who's to say he can't get the number 1 spot when it comes to the assist marker? So yeah, give me Ghost at the number 1 spot.
It's fair.
Ready, Cat, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sebastian.
I'm gonna let everyone hear you say that. So my thing is, because it feels wrong to have Ghost not on my list. But that's kind of my thing is I feel like Ehlers and Jarvis will be so neck and neck there that I think Ghost will either slot, like I'd almost count them as the same, and then I'd slot in Ghost before or after them, because I feel like he'll either be right behind them or he'll be a little above them. So like it's such a toss up with it. Like everyone's so consistent. Again, that's the double-edged sword of the Canes, is that you don't really have, it's not like you've got like a player like McDavid whose stats are like way up here, and then and then you have like one of their ass defenders way down here. Like everyone's pretty equal, like pretty there in the level ground, and some guys will pop up a little bit because they have to be. They're your star players, but it's still like you've created a roster and the way the team plays that it's so consistently good. Like there's not like a big up and down. You don't have big hills, you don't have big valleys. Occasionally I think like the biggest discrepancy is sometimes some guys defensiveness. But you know, with Rod Brindamore as your coach, that won't stay a negative for long. Either it improves or you don't stay on the team. So I think our list, I like that it was hard to make these lists. Again, I will always say there's been years past where these lists are very easy to make, at least the top. Well, no, instead here where they're all fighting for the top 3 spots, there's been times in Canes past where they're all fighting for 5th. So I would much rather this excess than previously.